Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to my garden. My name is Keith, and I'm going to show you how to dig up a perennial today and divide it into multiple pieces so that you get a bunch of free plants uh, for your own garden to plant elsewhere around the garden or to give away to friends and relatives. And what we're going to work on today is this little sedum right down here. Almost gotten too big to dig and lift, but we're going to try it anyway. I want to get around the edge as best I can. There we go. There's, there's one section. There's another nice one. The hardest part is trying to step around all these other perennials I don't want to damage in the process. There we go. There's another section there. And another one right there. So, what you got now, 1, 2, 3, 4 sections about the same size, like so. And if you wanted to, you could actually take and break this down again in half this way, or this way. You might even be able to get 4. And anything that breaks off, say one of these little starts here breaks off like that, this is an automatic cutting that you can stick and root and have more plants. So you shouldn't have to waste much of any of this plant in the process. So here's my division that I dug up out of the ground. I've dug myself a hole where I want this one to go. Got the soil all nice and crumbly. And all we have to do is set it back in approximately the same depth it was growing when I dug it up. Just fill it in around the edges, kind of push the soil down underneath around the roots so that there are a minimal number of holes or air pockets. And let the watering after we plant it settle the rest of the dirt around the roots. There we go. So now all that needs is a good drink of water. Probably put a couple of gallons of water on it, and it'll be good to go. Next, we're going to take those other divisions and divide them down into smaller pots so that I can place them around the yard in other spots. So here we go. This is one of the divisions. It's got a lot of the native soil still stuck to it, and this is my box full of potting soil with a little extra perlite added, so it's got some good drainage. I'm going to pot the divisions up into 1-gallon pots, which is the equivalent of about a 6-inch pot. And all you have to do is just gently pry them apart. That's a good size piece right there. And I like to have the native soil, a little bit of it, mixed in with the potting mix, because it inoculates the potting mix with all the little native microbes and beasties that this plant is already adapted to growing in, so that when I move it into some other part of the yard, it'll take off more quickly. It'll have all those things attached to the roots. So I'm going to add some soil in there. I'm going to take this guy, pop him in there. I'm going to plant him a little bit deeper because he's kind of tall, and those stems will root out along the stems that are underground. I'm going to pop the soil around it, shake it a few times. Get it nice and settled in there. More than likely, what I should do next is to come in here and pinch it back. So I'll just do this manually. You can do this with the scissors too. But since I don't have one handy right off the top, poor planning on my part, we'll just do it this way. And that'll cause this plant to branch out from below the pinch and make it even bushier. Now all it needs is a good soak, a good drink, and I'm going to put it in the shade for probably a week so it can settle in, start putting out some new roots. But before I see any new growth starting, I want to get it into my nursery beds where it's going to get a lot of sun to keep it nice and stocky and strong, so it's not all floppy and that sort of thing. And out of this, I should be able to get one, two, probably three or four more good-sized divisions, and then I've got two more chunks like this to divide as well. May have to find a place to put one of those chunks whole because that's going to take a while, and I'm not sure if I have that many pots. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Follow me, press like, give me a comment, and let me know what else you'd like to see, and I'll do it for you. My name is Keith, and I'm the Garden Wise Guy. You can look me up on my website, gardenwiseguy.com. I hope to see you there. Thanks for listening.